Namaste to all Constitution dwellers. My name is Yash. I am an BA undergraduating student doing my BA majors in political science. I have taken up an initiative of creating the constitutional consciousness in the society, for which I have created an Instagram page, and soon I'll be creating an YouTube channel named as Constitution Conquerors. Constitution Conquerors aims at creating the constitution literacy in the society to make society literate about the Indian Constitution. Today in this video we would be talking in brief about what is the constitution, for which I would like to introduce to you the table at the contents of this video. So the first one is what is a constitution, second the concept of the constitutionalism, third the sources of the Indian constitution, which is further divided into two more parts, part A foreign sources and part B Indian sources. What is a constitution? The constitution of a country lays down the basic structure of a political system under which its people are to be governed. It is a book which defines the main organ of the state, that is A. Legislative, B. Executive, and C. Judiciary. It is a foundation law which ordains the fundamental law, which ordains the fundamental of its polity, and on the altar of which all the other laws and the executive acts are of the state are to be tested to the validity and the legitimacy. Talking in brief about the concept of the constitutionalism. The concept of the constitutionalism is a natural concomitant of a written constitution, inasmuch as a written constitution is bound to define and delimit the powers and the functions of various organs of the state and the government. It is a concept that of a polity is governed by or under a constitution that ordains essentially limited government and rule of law as opposed to arbitrary, authoritarian, or totalitarian rules. Hence, a constitutional government should necessarily be a democratic in nature. There are many examples where countries have a written constitution but are not democratic. They have constitution but not the constitutionalism value. Talking on one of the most important subchapter of today's video, the sources of the Indian Constitution. A. Foreign sources. The Constituent Assembly of India referred to other foreign constitutions to draft the Indian Constitution. The first one of which was the Irish Constitution. From Irish Constitution, the Constituent Assembly adopted the directive principles of state policy. From British Constitution, we adopted the parliamentary system with ministerial responsibility to the legislature. From US Constitution, we adopted the Bills of Rights. And second, the provision to make president the executive head and the supreme commander of armed forces and the vice president the ex officio chairman of the councils of the state. From Canadian Constitution, we adopted the federal structure and the provisions relating to the union and the states and the distribution of powers between the union and the states. From Australian Constitution, we adopted the concurrent list in the 7th schedule, the provisions relating to trade, commerce, and intercourse, and the parliamentary privileges too. And from German Constitution, we adopted the emergency provisions. On the Indian sources, the Bombay session of the Indian National Congress 1980 demanded for the fundamental rights. The Madras session of 1927 retreated to the demand for the fundamental rights. The Motilal Nehru Committee of 1928 demanded for the justiciable rights for the Indians. 10 of the 19 fundamental rights mentioned in the report appears in the constitution. It also demanded for the safeguard provisions for the minorities. The Karachi Congress resolution made specific enumeration on the fundamental duties. The fundamental duties were later added by the 42nd Amendment to the Indian Constitution. Thanks for watching this video till end. Stay connected for more such informative videos, and please do like, share, comment, subscribe and follow to Constitution Conquerors.